Hello everyone, this is the Jolly Old Santa Claus, and like I said, my next video, I'm not even going to bother saying that, because it just makes me look stupid, and people are like, why are you making videos if you said your next video is going to be Thursday? I'm just going to end up making people mad, so I'm going to stop saying that. I'll keep making videos till Thursday. I already said this Thursday, my animatronic is arriving. This Thursday. And this is not what you think it is. What was I gonna say? What in the hell was I gonna say? I'll pause the video. Oh, I think I know. So, basically, I think next year we are also going to get a life-size Mrs. Claus and who knows what else. I think SVI needs to improve on the life-size Nutcracker. I wish that didn't even come out because it's not very good. The new life-size Nutcracker, it's not good quality. And here's what I don't understand. It's like $250, but it's lower quality than their Santa that came out this year, right? That's weird. And like someone got the Nutcracker in the mail and like the paint was like coming off, there were scratches on it. And like the back of the head wasn't clicking in properly. And I just told the person that got it, just take it back to the store and get your money back and get the 6-foot Santa instead. Because the 6-foot Santa is cheaper, way better, and higher quality. So why get something that's really bad quality for $250 when you can get something way better for $179.99. But my animatronic, not saying what it is, it's going to be here this Thursday, so that's exciting. But SVI guys, I think they should do a life-size Mrs. Claus, and I would not be surprised next year if we get one. Now, maybe this year maybe they do have a life-size Mrs. Claus all ready to go. They just haven't released it this year because they didn't know the Santa was going to be so successful. Well, I think now that they know everyone wants it, they will probably release the Mrs. Claus next year. And maybe, you know what would be really cool? A life-size animated gingerbread man by SVI. Not digital eyes, none of that blinking eye animation. Just like the life-size Santa where it has the marble eyes. Just give the gingerbread man like, I don't know. I don't know. But I think a life-size gingerbread man should happen. I think a life-size Mrs. Claus should absolutely happen. That's probably something that they should consider out of all of these for next year. Maybe come out with 3. Maybe come out with a life-size Mrs. Claus, animated Mrs. Claus, a life-size animated snowman, and maybe a life-size animated elf or a life-size animated gingerbread man. Or maybe a brand new and improved life-size animated Nutcracker that actually moves the head and the body and the arms and talks. You know, because the Nutcracker this year is not good. Not really. Now wait till you see what I got. Guys, I got something that is absolutely gonna blow my mind coming this Thursday. I'll be staying home this Thursday because when it arrives, I don't want to be gone somewhere and I have to come home because just in case it gets stolen, you know, because you never know, right? So, but this Thursday there will be a really awesome video. And it's gonna be awesome. Let's just say this. When I see the delivery vehicle show up to my house Thursday and I see a big box coming up my driveway, I'm gonna be like, oh my god, it's freaking here. I can't believe it. That's gonna be my reaction. Because this thing, I've wanted it for so long. It's not a Gemmy snowman. It's not. This is better than the Gemmy snowman. This is better than the Gemmy Santa. This is better than a lot of things that have, I'm getting yawny now because I'm starting to get tired. This is better. This thing that I ordered is better than a lot of things that have came out over the years. I'm not going to say exactly what it is. I can't. I can just say it's better than all the Gemmy, you know, the Gemmy life-size snowman. It's better than that. It's better than the Gemmy life-size cauldron witch. But also, guys, the, oh my god, can I stop yawning? But, remember that frickin' Pan Asian Creations life-size Santa that we got last year? That was so bad. Like, who would buy that? It didn't even look like Santa. It didn't even sound like Santa. The body didn't even look like Santa. The costume even the costume was terrible. Right? Like, compared to what they got this year at Home Depot, the new Santa, that is something else. But I think SVI, Seasonal Visions International, they should definitely come out with a life-size animated Mrs. Claus next year. And we're probably gonna get one next year. I mean, I think SVI knows now that if no one gets the SVI Santa soon, it's gonna sell out. I'd say right after Halloween, it's gonna sell out in like a day, because everyone is gonna want this for Christmas, you know, like literally. But yeah, you guys should stay tuned for my next video. I think it's gonna be probably my best video this year. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not going to lie. It's gonna be a amazing video. I've already put like a couple little things in my room just to look at, right? I put them on my shelf, my new shelves. Obviously that new thing I found at the thrift store for $7, the little reindeer guy that I had when I was a kid. I found that, fully works, looks brand new. But I found that, I put that in here. I put a couple things on my shelf. We're just talking about Christmas. This is just a random video. Now if they do come out with a life-size animated Mrs. Claus at Home Depot next year, which is it's gonna happen. 100%. I guarantee that's gonna happen. I wouldn't even be surprised if SVI are already made the life-size animated Mrs. Claus. They just don't. They just have it on hold for next year. And if it gets confirmed and leaked, a picture and maybe a video of it, that would be so cool. And maybe next year we'll get a life-size animated elf. Seasonal Visions International, SVI. I just said the same name, but I don't know. If you're watching this video, make a life-size animated Mrs. Claus, a life-size animated elf, a life-size animated snowman, a life-size animated gingerbread man, a life-size animated polar bear. Like all of these things we need from Seasonal Visions, because you know how awesome that would be? I just think that would be amazing. Imagine a life-size animated elf. We have never had that. We've never had a life-size animated Mrs. Claus in forever. I think it was Pan Asian Creations that had the really old one that sang and danced. It was actually really cool. My mom was going to get me it for Christmas last year. She found it online. She was going to buy it for me. I would have liked it. But I think SVI needs to make one next year. Now, if my home... I was wrong, guys. When I said the life-size, the SVI, the Home Depot 2021 Seasonal Visions International 6-foot, no, life-size animated 6-foot Santa Claus greeter, for some reason up away, it's in stores. It's on my website, but it's not sold in my store, which is so weird. Now a life-size animated Mrs. Claus, I would like to see it move different than the Santa. They would both be greeters, but I think I would like to see a Mrs. Claus. I don't know what they could do. Maybe like, that would be cool. I don't know how they would do it, but they would have her like maybe holding a pan of cookies or something, and like, I don't know, maybe her arms lift up the pan a little higher and she starts talking, and like her body starts moving, then her head, and she starts looking around and her mouth starts moving, right? And then when her arms go up, before she starts moving back and forth, when she starts moving back and forth, she could say, "Do you want some of my homemade cookies that I've made for Santa?" Well, maybe some of them, because Santa's gonna want a lot of these cookies. And then maybe she starts giggling about it or something. I don't know. Like something creative, right? Something very unique. It's a very creative idea. Or, actually, I don't know what they could do. Maybe, and you know how Gemmy made like a Santa band, and the Santa has the guitar, and there's two elves, and the elves hold these trombone things. It's like a big, massive animatronic band. Well, what if Seasonal Visions made a DJ snowman animatronic? Like it could be like 5 feet tall, maybe even 6 feet, and there's like a big DJ set, and it has Christmas decorations on it, and like the snowman's sitting down, and like he has one hand on he has the headphones, the Christmas thing, right? He has one hand on his ear, and I don't know, maybe he's doing this, and he's kind of like leaning forward, like he's listening to the music or something. Like something like that would be really cool. And I think it could be pulled off easily. Seasonal Visions, like, they could do it. Look how creative they got with the Santa. Look how creative they got with the Inferno Reaper, and the Jester Clown. The one thing I love about the Jester Clown is not just his look, his phrases are 10 out of 10. The animation's 10 out of 10. The Jester, my store has him set up and I saw him in action, and I love how the arm goes in front of the face. I don't know how SVI pulled that off. But the fact that they can make the arms move back and forth now, maybe we can get a Mrs. Claus holding like a small pan of Christmas cookies. And like her arms, like, I don't know, her arms could be like down here, right? And like they kind of go up like this. Not much, but just a little bit. They would have to make it super sturdy though. That's the only problem. I don't know how they could do it, but you know, Mrs. Claus, they could make a Mrs. Claus holding like a spatula or like bakery stuff. Have her holding like Christmas bakery stuff, because she makes treats for Santa, right? She makes cookies for Santa, you know? And maybe down the road SVI will make like a rock band. It would have to be a ginormous box. Like, the box would be like this freaking big. And like, imagine, it would come with a 5-foot Santa, 5-foot Mrs. Claus, two like 4-foot elves, and like it's a band. But they would have to make the Santa and the Mrs. Claus look different than the normal Santa and Mrs. Claus. That's if we get a Mrs. Claus next year, but they'd have to make it look different. Like, there's so many things SVI could do, and I could see it happening. SVI, I got bad news. I seen Gemmy's 2021 Christmas line for this year. I don't think Gemmy's gonna ever live up to their expectations ever again. I don't like to say that because they're a childhood company, but I'd say Gemmy's gonna run out of business and be shut down. Kind of like Morbid Enterprises. I heard Morbid's actually still going somehow, but I think Gemmy's gonna fall because I've seen some of their Halloween stuff and their Christmas stuff, and it's really bad. This is the worst I've seen Gemmy. They got this like cat, and it rises out of the pumpkin, and like the head starts moving. And the pumpkin looks so cheaply made. It looks like really thin fabric. The whole thing looks bad. And SVI, I just gotta say, you already had a problem with one of the life-size nutcrackers this year. They did already have a problem. And like I said, some guy got it on YouTube. I felt bad for him because he wanted it so bad. I said, what you should do, go get your money back, go get the Santa. You'll be so much happier with the Santa than the Nutcracker, because the Nutcracker, there was drips of paint, like gold paint, on like his lower limb area, right? Why the hell? How do you mess that up, right? I find stuff that's more expensive, the quality is not as good. I find stuff that's cheaper, like the Santa, is better quality. I don't know if it's just the cost and maybe a certain quality they can actually afford if they make the price lower. And that's what companies should be doing. If Gemmy has to make something for $5 and make the quality like $40 or $50 or $90, like, wouldn't that be worth it? That'd be so awesome. Like that new SVI Santa, that looks professional. I don't know how they pulled that off, but SVI, keep that up with your animated life-size characters. Like the Santa, mind-blowing, right? the Mrs. Claus, if that happens, which it's probably going to, make her 6 feet too. Try to make her do something different, right? Like the Santa moves back and forth and his head moves, right? And his mouth. Try to make it different though, right? I don't know how they could do it, but they might be able to. And like make her talk about Santa, right? Like SVI could have her talking about Santa and him getting ready for Christmas. That would make so much sense. And like it'd be cool if she said something and like you hear the elves in the background like cheering or something. That would be really cool. And I had an idea for an SVI animatronic for Christmas. Make it like a, I don't know, like a 7-foot present thing. And this would be cool. Believe me. You know the 8-foot SVI present thing that lights up for this year? That's awesome. Love that. I wish it was animated though. The only thing is it's 8 feet. My ceiling's only 7 feet, so it wouldn't fit. But if they made one that was like maybe 6 feet, like 6'2" or something, like a little taller than the Santa, and have like elves inside of each present, right? And like they could make it where it starts playing music. Then like each tiny elf pops out of the present and starts moving his head and mouth and he's singing to whatever the audio is, right? That would be awesome. Stuff like that. Have a few elves in there and they're coming up and moving the heads and the mouths and singing. And like the thing could light up like flash light LED lights. Sorry about that, guys, but stuff like that would be really cool to see. Something like that, right? Like that would be so cool and it would sell so fast, but I don't want to see it happen if it's going to be like $300 and the frickin' thing has crappy quality. Like SVI. Remember, your Santa is $179.99. I don't know how you pulled that off, but that's awesome. Because I think SVI did that on purpose so they could make the quality really good of the Santa, because the quality is 10 out of 10. And I guess they could just afford really good quality to make if they lowered the price. And that's what companies should be doing. Lower prices on their props before they release it so they can make quality 10 out of 10, right? Or maybe a better, like 11 and a half. Like, you know, an SVI could try to improve on this more and more. And we all know this new Santa is going to succeed this year. We do. We know this freaking thing is going to sell out like crazy. And SVI is probably sitting back like, we just made a masterpiece. Let's make a Mrs. Claus next year. Maybe let's make a life-size animated snowman as well, with the life-size animated Mrs. Claus, and maybe a life-size animated elf. And like, it'd be cool because the snowman, imagine a life-size snowman, and this would work. Maybe, I don't know, have his body turn, but like he has his hand on his hat, and he could lift the hat off his head, right? And put it back on his head. The hat, like, you know, when he's moving, right? Talking, right? And you can put it back on his head. That would be really cool. I would really like to see that. A life-size snowman like that. That would be really cool. Very lifelike. Very realistic. And if they do a life-size snowman, you know how companies, like professional companies, make their life-size snowman like, it looks like they have these little shiny crystals in the snowman with the snow. Like the snow looks like little pieces of crystals, like shiny. The snow. Well, they could do that. That would be cool. I think a life-size elf would also be cool. and maybe they could have him holding like a tool or something, and he's working on it, and you could show, like, it'd be so cool if, like, he was holding, I don't know, a little toy in his hand, right? And he's looking down at it, and like the arm holding the paintbrush or something, they can make the wrist move like this to make it look like he's painting the toy. And like, maybe he's kind of looking down and his head could go up and move back and forth, and then go back straight and look down again and start painting the toy. Like he's singing, but then when he looks up, he starts talking. He's like, "Oh, you've arrived. Come check out my, I don't know, a couple things I've been working on for a few little boys and girls that have been good this year." Like stuff like that. That's so creative. I just don't want to see it happen if it's going to be like $400 and the quality sucks. I don't want that. I want it to be like the Santa, where it's $179.99 or even $159.99, and the quality is 10 out of 10, or maybe even higher than that, 10 out of 10, like 11 or 12 and a half, or 15 and a half. Like, the quality could be insanely good, right? Especially the build of the prop, right? Because the Santa, the way you build it, it's not that hard. It looks pretty easy, and that's another good thing. Now, one thing I appreciate that SVI did with the Santa was they gave it this big plastic body piece, right? It's very durable, which is super awesome. And like, the way they did it was so cool. And you can just tell SVI put a lot of effort into this new Santa. You can. And that's why I'm saying this video is mainly talking about just how SVI is succeeding on their Christmas life-size characters. The Nutcracker, to me, is not going to sell out. I don't think it's gonna. I think that Santa's going to sell out. So if you haven't ordered it or got it, you better get it soon, because if you want it, it's going to sell fast. And they might not have more in this year. They might not have more in till near the end of Christmas in stock, because this thing is selling out like, it's going to sell out like freaking haywire, right? So, but overall, I'm excited to see what SVI has to do down the road. I think they got lots of work to do to prove people wrong. So far, it's working with their new Santa. They've shown Gemmy Industries you can make a life-size Christmas character by making it cheap and affordable and making the quality as good as possible. And make it last long, right? Good quality. The speaker on this new Santa is so good. Like, it sounds good. It doesn't sound like, I don't know. The Inferno Reaper audio is good. It's not great. It's kind of scratchy, but it has good audio at the same time. The new Santa doesn't have any of that scratchy, eerie shit. Excuse my language. It's like bassy, if that makes any sense. It has some bass to it, and it doesn't have that scratchy noise to it. It's just bassy and clear at the same time. That's good. And I think that big body structure really helps that speaker sound good, because it echoes inside. I guess that's what they did, but it works. It definitely works. It makes it sound much better, much more real. So that was really nice of SVI to do that for us that wanted another life-size Santa that is actually better. Like, how did SVI even pull that off, right? That's crazy. Well, the answer is patience effort, positivity in your company, great business, right? Like, Gemmy is not going to be able to handle seasonal visions. And wait till next year. Gemmy's going to try to come out with this new life size whatever, right? They're going to try to come out with something. And it's not going to live up at all. And if SVI comes out with like a Mrs. Claus next year, a snowman, an elf, another like, and also if they come out with a life-size gingerbread man, a life-size polar bear, like if they come out with like 4 or 5 life-size Christmas characters that are going to be sold at Home Depot, good luck to Gemmy staying in business, because that's not going to last very long. Because if SVI makes 5 Christmas life sizes for Home Depot, even a life-size animated reindeer by SVI would be so awesome. Like a life-size animated Rudolph. Not the one from the movie. A real Rudolph. The real Rudolph. Like, not the movie. The real thing, right? The real reindeer. The real version of him. If we got a real version of Rudolph, that would be so cool. And you know what I would love to see from SVI? We're going to talk about one more thing. SVI should try this. I think SVI, if you hear this, Seasonal Visions International, if you hear this, or any people that work for them, get this out to them, because they need to hear this. This is a compliment for them. You guys did a very good job this year with that Santa. This animated one, the 6-foot one. You know what I would love to see more than anything? A animated life-size Santa. Like, you know the Gemmy Santa I found that's sitting in the sleigh and he's supposed to rise his arms up and down, and the reindeer's heads move back and forth, and the mouth moves on each reindeer, and the mouth on the Santa moves? What if we got a life-size animated Santa sitting in a sleigh with like two reindeer in the front, right? That would be cool. It would be expensive though. Like something like that, it'd be pretty big. I don't know if I would have room for it though. And they could make the arms go up and down with the string, right? Or have him holding both of the string with one hand and have him moving back and forth and he's waving or something. And like under the sleigh, they can make the sleigh kind of move. You know, that'd be cool. That'd be freaking awesome. But that, I don't know if that would last, because that'd be a very expensive prop. But it'd be well worth it. Something like that would be mind-blowing. And like, they could have like, I don't know, maybe have the reindeer's legs up in the air kinda, and they're moving their legs or something. Maybe. Probably not a good idea, maybe. I don't know. And like, have the reindeer's heads move back and forth, and each of the reindeer's head would move back and forth each way, like the new Santa. And their mouth would move. Actually, you know what? Just have the Santa holding both the string. Have his head move back and forth in his mouth, and the reindeer's heads move in the mouths on the reindeer. And there would be 2 lanterns on each side of the sleigh, so Santa can see. Well, you could see the prop, right? And it would sing, the reindeers would sing, and the Santa would sing on it, sitting in the sleigh. Have a big presents in the back. That'd be expensive. That'd be like a $700 prop. That's the problem. Because they'd have to make something that expensive. Can they make the quality? Can they make the quality on it good as well? I think something like that would be really awesome. But yeah. I put this on my shelf. That I put this reindeer I got, and I put this on my little shelf here too. And Gemmy, Snoopy, and the Christmas present, I got the old one. I got on my shelf here too. I also put this guy up here on this top one here. I put this guy up here, and that Christmas frog I showed, I put that up there too. But yeah, like stuff like that, right? Like Gemmy used to be like a really good company. And I think SVI is starting to realize what people want for Christmas. They're finally realizing, like, we want really good stuff. We do. We haven't had really good stuff since like from 2000 all the way from 2000 up to 2011, right? Those were like the last years Gemmy was good for Christmas stuff, right? And ever since we've been wanting better stuff, like just as good or better. And SVI certainly gave us better this year with that new Santa. Majorly better. And I'm shocked that SVI somehow pulled that off. Too bad one of the workers didn't like do a live stream talking about how they made that Santa and like the future of their life-size Christmas characters, like what's next for the company. Like too bad they wouldn't like do like a trailer. Like too bad Seasonal Visions couldn't do that. Seasonal Visions International couldn't do like a trailer. Like too bad they didn't have a YouTube channel and they could talk about like what their plan is, like maybe a new life-size Mrs. Claus and like a new life-size snowman, a life-size elf, and their plans to make these in 2022 for next year. Or maybe they already have them made, and maybe they could show, if they had them already made, they should show them in the trailer, like little clips, like pictures of them, right? And just tell us what they're supposed to do, you know. But they couldn't do that because they probably get in trouble. Maybe, I don't know. But I think SVI should talk. I think that'd be cool if we got to see like behind the scenes of how they made that Santa so good, and like what's the future for those, for like Christmas animatronics for this company. Like what's coming next, right? What's coming next? And maybe they could tell us what's next for what's coming. I think that would be so awesome. Like imagine next year we get a life-size Mrs. Claus at Home Depot for the exact same price or slightly lower. Like that would be awesome. Like, and the fact that that Santa was so well done, they could definitely do a Mrs. Claus just as good. So yeah, anyways guys, this was a long video and there's a reason for it, because this is gonna be my last video till Thursday. So I will see you guys next time. I hope you guys are excited, because I am so happy, excited, stoked to make this next video. Like this one's gonna be amazing. You guys have no idea. See you guys next time. Get ready for this next video. It's gonna be a very special video, right, Jack? My cat's in here, right? Yeah, meow at me. Yeah. But yeah, this next video coming is gonna be very special, very good. I'm gonna do the unboxing and review in one video. Don't hate on me just because I did two things in one video. You should be happy I'm even doing that, because why make two separate videos? right? Like, what's the point? Because then and the only thing is, guys, I can't please everybody on YouTube. Not everyone is gonna like my videos. Well, not everyone's gonna like all of my videos. They might like certain ones. That's probably why some people dislike your videos, because, you know, they don't like every video you make. It's hard to please everybody now. But yeah, I'm really excited for this one, guys. It's really, really going to be good. So I will see you guys Thursday on my tracker, my tracking app that I tracked Buzzsaw. When I got Buzzsaw before I sold him, because he did not live up to the hype at all. Was very disappointed with that guy. So I sold it. But the tracking app I used for him, it told me what day it was coming, and it came that day. So this one's is arriving Thursday. It just says arrives Thursday, this Thursday. So, and it told me the date. So yeah. Anyways, guys, I can't wait. I really can't wait. I'll see you guys next time. You guys are gonna love this next video coming Thursday.